Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here at Travel Leaders Network's EDGE conference. We're actually on the last day. It's been a great conference, and one of the things that happened during this conference involved this woman next to me, Leah Daly, who's the Vice President of Education at Travel Leaders Network. And we're going to tell you all about what happened and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Leah, first of all, great to see you here. It's been a marvelous conference. But let's get the first thing out of the way, which is you won a little award. What was that?
Yes, the Travel Institute awarded me with the Educator of Excellence Award for 2024.
Well, congratulations. Well deserved. And I know you've really been focused on that for your career here, and really responsible for educating and training travel advisors across the board. And it's really, you have a huge base here of travel advisors I know that owe you a lot.
There's a lot of great education at Travel Leaders, and we have a great constituent of members that are very, very active in our education.
Let's talk about, so what are the programs you have? I know you have online, you have in person. We obviously here we've had a lot of sessions. You have to go off to a session actually after this one. But what are the programs you offer to travel advisors who are part of Travel Leaders Network?
Well, I've been in the industry for 33 years, and with that came a lot of work with independent contractors, and understanding their skill set was really key to developing a lot of our programs. The skill is very vast. We have people that have been in the industry for 30 plus years, and then we have those that have maybe been in for 3 months. Mm-hmm. So really, when I took over the education here at Travel Leaders Network, it was really understanding what our owners were needing. And a lot of them were bringing in brand new people to the industry, and no owner had any time to actually do the education on their own. And if they're independent contractors, there's a lot of stickiness with that type of relationship. So we started developing pretty intensely courses for those that are newer to the industry. And we built out a progressive tiered learning path. When I started in the industry, you really never knew what success looked like. And you may have thought that you were doing great, and maybe in your organization you were kind of mediocre. And so in looking at it, we decided that there would be 4 tiers for frontline advisors. We started out with those that are brand new, real recent into the industry, still learning what suppliers are, still understanding what a CRM is. And that is called our Tier 1, which is our novice group.
Okay.
Tier 2 is those that are now selling and really starting to produce. Those are called Tier 2 agent. And then we move into Tier 3, which is more of the consultative selling. Mm-hmm. They're asking a lot more questions of the person, of the client. They're really defining what they're looking for. They're customizing more, so there's a lot more collaboration. And then our Tier 4 is really the pinnacle. Those that are $1 million plus producers, been doing this, found a nice niche somewhere along the way, doing great sales. And their learning curve is more deep. You have to go deeper into these subjects. You have to give them a lot more than just somebody that's just starting out. So we developed that whole thought process in 2019.
Okay. And right before COVID?
Right before COVID. We had our conference, the EDGE conference, and we rolled out the tiered learning paths for each rotation of training. Each of those 4 pillars have 3 choices of what kind of course that they're going to take. So they still have a lot of options and are able to kind of customize their own learning path. But it is with the idea that you will progress each year into the next tier up. And part of that, definition is sales volume. Part of that is certifications. Whether it's the Travel Institute or with Travel Leaders Network, we have our own specialist programs. So it's really a comprehensive definition by tier. So it really gives them a real good understanding of where they are and where they want to go.
Now, do you also encourage your travel advisors out in the network to to work with the Travel Institute and also with ASTA, which has obviously, I noticed you have both a VTA certification and, of course, the highest, the CTIE from the Travel Institute. So you also say, look, you might want to do this as well, right?
Yeah. Our learning curve, for those that are newer into the industry, we really want them to look at our sister company with Travel Leaders of Tomorrow for really that base education. And then my team picks up from there on with our certified specialist programs. As you get into a tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, you're starting to do your CTA, your CTC.
So it runs concurrently in a way.
It does, absolutely. It runs together. Yeah, complements each other.
Exactly. Well, that's great. And obviously, the Travel Institute recognized you with the award, so they know you're working with them on that side. And you mentioned earlier, because we have, it's the first time in my life where travel advisors, travel agents have become a growing profession. It was just in the last year or so, 2 years, the Labor Department said this is actually growing. I knew it was growing before because we had a ton of independent contractors out in the market, but now we're faced with a lot of people who are fairly new to the business. They may come in with a specialty or a niche or something like that, and you have to, as you said, adapt an educational program that is for more newbies, right?
Yeah, and when we started this in 2019, we gave every person that was leading a session the definition of who would be in their class. So they weren't talking over their head, they weren't talking down. And with that, then developed this past January with an online progressive tiered learning path with that same structure. And in that course, for those newer to the industry, is industry terms. A lot of them are coming in not understanding what an ASTA is or an ACTA.
Yeah, we published a few columns from we do a regular column from the Travel Institute, and I'm always amazed they want to put in. But then I realized a lot of people out there still don't know all the terminology and what things are, right?
Yeah, and also there's videos on general sales and customer service, all of the base foundation for getting you started, as well as some of the base products that Travel Leaders Network has with Agent Profiler. We now have Snap and Cruise Complete.
Well, those are your own internal products that you got to educate them. Obviously, Snap is your new airline, hotel, and car booking engine that was just introduced, and it really is designed for people who don't really use the GDS, right?
Exactly. And that training, does have a lot of components to it because we are teaching them some foundational air as well. But it is so easy and it's point and click.
It is a Snap, right?
It is a Snap. It is a Snap. Yeah. Unlike where we all started, with long formats.
With green screens and all kinds of things. I remember when I first broke into business, it was still a green screen technology. We started to get a little point and click back in the late 90s, but it wasn't a lot. And people today, up until recently, were still having to take courses in Sabre and all the different GDS languages, which is and you remember this too, where when you were advertising for a travel agent in the market, you wanted an Apollo agent or a WorldSpan agent, and that's gone away, thank goodness. But I still hear people taking Sabre classes, right?
Yeah, there are, and for all of us people that had started out on something like that, going into a Snap product, it's that learning curve is so much less now. And it took us months to figure out those systems. And it was so hard if you were ever going to change a system, right? Move to Apollo or Sabre from having some other type of language initially. But, it is, the whole industry is changing, and we're all changing with it, and we're keeping up with the times so that all of these people that are coming in have a home, and they have the ability to be successful.
And you also have these, different segments like luxury and different, where you are focused on communities that are selling a certain type of product, and they need that education. But it is interesting, though. I was just at one of your aviation expert, Peter, his session yesterday about NDC. and I'm hearing stuff that even I don't know. I mean, I'm not a trained travel advisor, but some of the nuts and bolts of how this is all working continue to be pretty complex for advisors who book air, right?
Yeah, air booking used to always be always has been a complexity in anything, and it also was the biggest risk, with the potential of a debit memo if you did something wrong. But our system is a fail-safe system. We have people on the backside reviewing everything, ensuring everything is correct, taking the right types of commissions, and it is something that they can feel very confident in.
Fantastic. Where do you think education for travel advisors is going next?
Education just keeps soaring. I think with the influx of the new people that are coming in, the ability to have it as your own business, be an entrepreneur, I see that whole segment continuing to grow. I know when I first started here, we were about half of the network were employees, the other half was independent contractors. We've now seen that really overtaken by independent contractors. So most agencies either have a few ICs or have an IC network. And with that, we are their training source. We do all the training for all of those, so that will continue. And, we look at training as a long-term investment. It's investing in yourself, investing in your business, and really being successful in this industry.
And also continuously training and keeping yourself up to date, and also exploring new specialties and new skills, right?
Absolutely. We're going to be launching a new specialist program in 2025 on family travel. We launched one this past fall for corporate account management specialists, because that growing corporate environment also was needing some assistance for becoming specialized in those fields. And so we do both leisure and corporate training. And hats off to my team. They are phenomenal. They actually make this whole thing work. And each of them have been hired for specific knowledge and background and expertise to take the luxury program to the next level, take the honeymoon and destination wedding to the next level, take our business and our corporate to the next level. So all of those programs are foundational programs for Travel Leaders Network, and those will continue to expand. And we are introducing continuing education units here in July. Those will be launching, which are specialized per niche. And it will give the ability to have updated content and the ability to keep going in your niche.
Sounds like a great system that you got going here, and a way to keep on educating great travel advisors, because we need them more than ever as more and more come in the market. And, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your award. Well-deserved. And I know Diane Petrus was very happy to give it to you. But also congratulations on the way you've developed this whole curriculum, and both online and in person, to really train the travel advisors of tomorrow and today.
Mm-hmm, correct. And, we don't want to forget those really, really experienced advisors. We have a refreshed Trusted Travel Advisor training program that's coming out in July. We hadn't done any marketing on it. We've just been talking about it here. And when I checked the registrations this morning, there was already 97 people that had registered in the last 24 hours. So we really, we have a focus on those that are new to the industry, but our bread and butter are those people that are doing the sales and doing all of that client work and all of that expertise and those years and years of knowledge and their resources. And that Trusted Travel Advisor program we'll be launching for that group specifically. We're really trying to build clients for life and really have a solidified trust relationship with the consumers.
Well, it sounds like these more experienced agents are ready to go back to school in a way, and keep their expertise at top-notch levels. Well, congratulations on that program. Again, congratulations on your award, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us here the last day of EDGE. It's been a great conference and a great training conference for a lot of the travel advisors.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.